Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on Sportswire Radio, now on sportswireradio.org. Also, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. But this isn't where you're going to get my usual celebratory introduction where I'm going to go on for 4 or 5, what may feel like 45 minutes with our guest. And we celebrate and we talk about all the different accomplishments that our guest has achieved. No, this is something different, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently the big bad Silverwolf of Triple W Wrestling, he's wrestled in some other promotions. He is the host of the Wolfpack Hour. He is also a part of Triple W Wrestling. He apparently has a few things that he wants to address. He's also got an announcement, maybe even a few other announcements that he wants to share to our audience. Obviously, Triple W has been a big topic on Sportswire Radio. I'm not quite sure if it's for good or if it's bad or everything else in between. But the big bad Silver Wolf, I wasn't going to bring you on tonight, to tell you the truth. I obviously have something planned, which I will be back on the air here at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time with Scary Terry of Legendary Backyard Wrestling. I will, in the meantime, say hello to my very good buddy, Mr. Andrew Loveless, who, by the way, gave me a shirt. And I hope that some of our listeners here won't be too loveless after what we hear, this announcement that the Silver Wolf has to hear and has to say for our audience. But the big bad Silver Wolf, as I stated, I'm not giving you that long intro right now. I'm not going to go talk about all your accomplishments because tonight is not about that. You have requested a microphone, and for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters, and we are all wrestling that matters here on Sportswire Radio, even though I'm not quite sure what you're about to say has anything to do with all wrestling matters, but what do you want to say to the world right now? What do you want to say to your colleagues or cohorts, as some would say, in Triple W? And for those that are listening and watching, I pass the baton to you, and you're up, kid. Fire away.
Thank you, Tom Bryce, the great host of Sportswire. Appreciate it.
You got it. Go ahead. Go for it.
I am the new Grand Slam champion of Triple W. 230 days as the Triple W World Crowd Champion and the new Hardcore Stream Champion. I know you've been hearing a lot of stuff that I won it unfairly against Skulls from people. I'm not saying his names, but it's not true. I felt unsafe to face Skulls when he got injured by another opponent at Backyard Brawl.
Now, why was this that occurred? I mean, obviously, what had happened for those that are listening and watching, that this was certainly an unsafe moment where you could not wrestle your opponent, which is Skulls, a man that, with all due respect, obviously, we love Skulls on this platform, but, he had wrestled last summer against Craven Rage. And I love Skulls, by the way, love Skulls. But Skulls, to be honest, probably needs a couple of years still of training. I mean, he wrestled the match with Craven Rage, and he had kind of made it. This is kind of, I'm going to go off the cuff here and break the fourth wall for a minute. I love Skulls. Skulls is great. I mean, he has been, one of the guys about all wrestling matters, but he wrestled a match with Craven Rage where, to be honest, he should probably not have been in that match, because not only could he have been a danger to himself, he could have actually been a danger to Craven Rage. And Craven Rage is a lot of things, but he's actually, not a bad wrestler. And he's had some pretty good moments. And Copper Dragon kind of confirmed that for us. And he's got some pretty high star rated matches. So what could have happened as to why Skulls, who already has some history in terms of his abilities, that this match could not have went on?
I'm not going to say the whole thing because that was management decision and all that. Management.
No, they had to have had a decision, though. They had to have had a reason.
That's what happened. They faced each other in an unsanctioned match.
And define to the audience what an unsanctioned match is. Define to the audience. I know nothing about wrestling. Tell me what that is.
Unsanctioned means anything goes. No rules, no disqualifications, no DQs.
Now, have you guys wrestled in unsanctioned matches before?
First time ever.
Would that have been a smart thing to do?
We had an unsanctioned match before on Triple W, Brighton Wolf versus Iceman. No one got hurt, thank God. I actually watched as a wrestler. I keep my eye on other wrestling matches, make sure nothing happens. If I have to step in as a wrestler, I will make sure they're okay. That's who I am.
But what is your experience in unsanctioned matches that you told me just now that you haven't done it? And these guys that were going to do it, right, hadn't had one, correct?
Correct.
So this obviously would not have been a wise move, correct?
Correct. But Austin Tyler wanted to finish his story with Skulls, and management agreed with it. Skulls agreed with it. They wanted to finish their story from WCW.
Did management vet the wrestlers beforehand?
Yes. They all talked. Yes, they did. Because when Damian Brooklyn was the chairman, but he stepped down, he's a new video editor now for the show. He needed a break being the chairman. I understand that. A lot of people have personal business. But he's a video editor. He made sure everything was safe.
But how could they have made it or known it to be safe when nobody had experience in an unsanctioned match? I'm just curious. Because again, I don't know anything. I've never wrestled, but help me understand that.
Skulls faced him and he got hit by, I believe, a license plate or something hard. After the match, he went to medical and medical checked him. He had a nice little whoop back of his head. And
what now? You know I like you. You know I'm about all wrestling matters, but I'm also about safety. There's a lot of people in here right now who really are hardcore wrestlers, and they know a thing or two about these things. What would have possessed somebody to hit someone else with a license plate, if you don't mind me asking?
It was part of the show. He went too hard on the license plates. It happens. It does happen.
But these guys also had not had experience in this particular match, so this automatically was a disaster waiting to happen.
Skulls was fine after I checked on him, made sure we talked, and he pretty much said that he was a little dizzy, and I told him straight up, I don't want to face you. I know we have this big match against each other. I know we had this beef from the beginning. I know people see me as a bad guy, but I still have a heart.
Right.
I may be the top heel of Triple W, but I'm gonna let you go.
Listen, listen. I'm gonna really break the fourth wall for a second. I know we keep saying this, and I keep saying it every time I'm on this platform, but leaving us, I know you're the hardcore champion. You got all these titles, and that's great. That's fantastic, and I wish you much success with those championships. But what I am a little bit concerned about, and help me understand this. Again, I don't know anything about wrestling. I know zero about it. I have no idea about anything. You know, I'm a dummy on almost anything I say on this platform. But it sounds like that you guys should have never partaken in this match. And it also kind of ties into what another man that was on this platform a couple of days ago by the name of Loose Cannon, Joe Bidelau, I believe is his name. And he was talking about going into Summer Bash and wrestling this, death match, and he's going to do it. It sounds like, though, that you guys, really don't have the experience or the whereabouts to be in these type of matches, where in these cases,
I got my money on, I'm sorry to say this, I got my money on Anthony Steele.
I think most people may I'm sure may say that pretty safely, but what I'm concerned about, leave aside this, what I'm concerned about from what you're telling me is why we're here tonight is to the fact that there was things you guys were intending to do that, if you ever remember the old adage, kids don't try this at home. You guys, and I love you guys. I love Triple W. All wrestling matters, but the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, is kids don't try this at home. And it sounds like what you guys should have did is maybe a more traditional wrestling match in the style of, let's say, a Falls Count Anywhere, or maybe an I Quit match or something like that. When you talk about things like license plates and guys can't, are hurt from afterwards and can't do a match, it sounds to me like we're very lucky that somebody right now isn't either unconscious or is seriously hurt. And that's something that I know we have a lot of wrestlers that come on here and, they talk about different things, but at least they have some formal training or some formal experience. What it seems like to me, and again, this is not a knock on anybody here. I love all you guys. You come on my platform. I love what you guys do, but now I'm talking to you real. Now I'm giving you, like I said, the long intro, and we're celebrating party time. I'm actually because I like you. I've got to know you for a while. I know who you are as an individual, and what it sounds like to me is that you guys probably should have did something that might have fitted in whatever type of skills that you may have had that would have warranted to you guys to have done the backyard brawl. What it sounds to me like, and I'm going to come back to the announcement, but what it sounds to me is like you guys were kind of hearing what's called in politics. They used to use a line called echo chambers, and they used to use this. In fact, the governor at the time of New York used to always use the line echo chambers. What you heard a lot is guys that come on this platform, whether it's Anthony Steele, Omen Black, Jake Matthews, Soldier GP, James. Hold on, let me finish. You're my platform. Hold on a second. Sean Jovi, Justin Parsley, Power Surge, CJ, but whoever it might be, Aaron Blaze recently, what it sounds to me like is that you guys were in a pissing contest with different people because you were trying to prove something from a couple of months ago when a guy, Anthony Steele, now obviously, again, he's a lot of different things and people have their opinions. They're entitled to it. But what it sounds to me like you guys were trying to one up and kind of show to him that he didn't have a knowledge or know what you guys were able to do. And it sounds to me like this was a pissing contest that you guys were never going to be able to win. And it almost sounds like this is going into an ass-kicking contest where you guys had one arm tied behind your backs, or in some cases had just one arm, period. And at the end of the day, what really should have happened is that if the backyard brawl should have took place, it should have took place where you guys did suitable matches for whatever formal training that you're. So I don't mean to kill the product. I don't mean to crush you guys because I like you guys. I want to have you guys succeed, and I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't do that. But what it sounds to me like is from what you've told me just in a short amount of time, and I have a responsibility to be here tonight because, again, you took me off my time to be here. So now I'm going to talk to you man to man. I'm going to talk to you as a friend. I don't care what the Zack Attack is telling in the background. I don't care what Joe Bidelau is saying. I don't care what anybody's saying right now. Now I'm talking to you man to man as a friend. You guys are very lucky that whoever it was that was going to participate in this card that is either seriously injured, paralyzed, unconscious, or for whatever else, and for whatever what you guys were trying to prove, to guys that have either some type of pro experience or some type of knowledge in what they're doing, you guys are very lucky right now. You're not facing some action, some type of lawsuit, but most importantly, the people that love and care about you, because you do have a lot of people that love and care about you, obviously friends, family, that you would have shamed those people. And that's the most important thing. It's almost like people joke with me all the time. Say, Tom, why don't you wrestle? Why don't you go out there? The reason that I don't go out there is because I know at the end of the day, I don't have any business to step foot in a ring. I don't have any business to be able to go out there and do the same things that Omen Black does, or Jake Matthews does, or Nicholas Crenson, or Craven Rage, or Sean Jovi, or Anthony Steele, or Jack Delta, or CJ Black, or Copper Dragon, our version of Dave Meltzer, or Soldier GP, or Tommy the Man Merriman. I could go up and down the list of names, the Tribal Cheese, RPD, Dean Olmark. So I'm only saying this because I care about you. You're a human being who's been on my platform. If you're going to do one of these things next time, do it with super soakers. Do it with toy guns. Don't do it with license plates. Don't do it with baseball bats. Don't do it with anything where you had some guy's skulls who are ready, and I love skulls. And I don't mean to kill anybody here on this platform. This is not what I'm here to do tonight. I'm here to do this in a way is don't try this at home, figuratively and literally. Don't do it. No, I'm just telling you. I know you. I'm going to let you come in. I promise you. I'm going to let you do that. But I have a responsibility because I actually have kids that watch my platform. I have people that message me. I have family members that watch my platform. I can't have you go wrestle and go nearly have somebody killed on your platform where you do. I really support what you guys are trying to do. But Focus on things you can work. Like I said, toy guns, you want to use laser sticks, you want to use, obviously, C2Ks, nursery rhymes, go for it. You want to use super soakers, we're getting to weather, warmer weather, go for it. You want to use light sticks, don't use light tubes. Stick with things that you want to use, pens and pencils. You want to use Crayola crayons for blood, go for it. Heinz ketchup packets, that might work too, right? Guys, nice dark red color. You want to use the things that you guys can do. Otherwise, seriously, I'm not trying to give you a sermon, but I really like you because I think you're a good guy. I think you're well-intentioned, but it sounds like a couple of months ago, what Steele was saying, and again, I hate to say it told you so. I know people will say, oh, well, you're giving him a platform. No, he said things because he's wrestled guys like DJ Warburg. He's wrestled James Taylor. He has taken light tubes. He has taken different things. So I just want to put that out there. I will get to the comments. I know a lot of people will say things, but I just want to tell you that as a friend. Not even you come to my platform, you're going to come on. Yeah, and I love the rough and tough. Yeah, Loose Cannon's going to call out Craven Rage. He's going to call out Anthony Steele. He's going to do, and that's great. You guys are going to go out there and tell everybody why we're wrong. Fine. Go for it. But that's what I have to say because I have a responsibility, a personal responsibility to tell you what you guys should be doing next time because this past time, you guys were very lucky.
Okay, let me explain something. Now on, like I said, when me and Skulls were going at it, when we were going to do the match, we actually, like I say, I'm going to let all you young kids know something. If you guys want to get into the game like we do, I recommend
But what is your formal experience to say to the kids what to get into it? Because you've already had this whole thing you're telling me about with Skulls couldn't wrestle. It sounds like you guys don't have that type of experience where you could tell kids what to do and what not to do. Just tell me what experience that you have to safely tell kids what they should and shouldn't do.
If you guys want to get into the game like us, practice, train, learn.
But you guys almost had a major catastrophe happen now. Shouldn't they go and learn from more professional type wrestlers?
Correct. Like when I trained, when Skulls came to my crib, we actually were practicing together and training for our match with each other. He told me where to go and how to do it. I've been in hardcore matches before. I know how to keep myself safe with my opponent. I know how to hit these moves. I know how to sell these moves without injuring myself. I never got injured because I know how to sell them. I know mats are dangerous. I understand that. But I know how to use the mats correctly. Mats are dangerous. Yes, they are. But I know how to sell correctly on a mat. I never got injured yet. And I always trust my opponent that I'm with my hands, like Skulls, like Austin Tyler, like
Skulls we already know he's a liability in the ring. Let's be honest. He's a liability.
But I trust him with me. I do.
Did you watch his match? And again, I love Skulls.
Yes, I have watched it.
But what did you think of that match?
The one against Austin Tyler or?
The one against Craven Rage where it was a little bit of a weird flow. Let's put it that way. I'm talking, I watch a lot of wrestling. And again, I'm not a wrestler. I know nothing about anything. But he wouldn't be someone that I would necessarily trust in a match based on what I've seen. I love Skulls, but he would need more formal training.
Yes, he does. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put him down like that, but yes, he does. We all need training.
More training. He would be more of a liability right now in the ring.
I honestly know how to, like he told me, follow my moves, follow what I do. I trust him just like Craven Rage.
Craven Rage has more experience in the ring. I would agree with you on
Tyler Ark, aka Austin Tyler, whatever his name is. I seen the match against Skulls. He botched that move. I'm not trying to put him down like that. He botched that move.
Well, Tyler Ark, again, we're not talking about, these are not people that I would tell kids to go and, study off. And
I recommend you kids go to a training school.
Yes, and not learn off Tyler Ark. I mean, correct. The man Machinist is not somebody that I would say, even Skulls. I love Skulls. I want to continue to say it. I love all you guys. I'm really saying, I'm not trying to bury you guys here personally, but what I'm trying to say here is that kids would be the antithesis. Right now, from what you're telling me, that this would be what not to do, kids. Kids, if what you told me so far about this license plate thing, if I were to tell kids why they shouldn't go into a wrestling ring, this would exactly be the reasons why. Because you had somebody that couldn't wrestle. That's a serious thing, right?
Correct. Just like Liz said, just like Michael said of WCE. If you don't know what you're doing in that ring, don't get in the ring.
And it's Triple W right now. Seems like this is a major thing. And I actually have a wrestler that wants to say something to you. Hopefully this is helpful advice. And I didn't want this to be that way. I know you had a few things to say, but this is eye-opening. I've been doing this for 5 years. And Nicholas Crenson, you have joined the platform. What do you want to say after we heard you? Because right now we're lucky that somebody's not dead from what the big bad Silverwolf is telling me right now. You're on mute, Nicholas Crenson. I know we obviously want to hear you. I know you might be nonchalant, but nonchalantly put your mic up.
Nicholas Crenson, how you been?
Nicholas Crenson, you might want to turn the volume up. Remember the Autograph song, Turn Up the Radio. You might need to turn your volume up.
I remember that. Old days. I remember that.
That was a good song, actually.
Come on, Nick. What's going on, Nicholas? Oh, he's muted.
Nicholas Crenson. While you do that, Nicholas Crenson, what else did you want to say, Mr. Silverwolf? There's a lot of people want to hear what you have to say. What would you like? What was your other announcement, Mr. Silverwolf?
I want to apologize to WC for not listening to them. I regret what I did. I had blocked Loose Cannon. I'm done with him.
Well, I didn't know you blocked Loose Cannon. Why did you block Loose Cannon for? Loose Cannon was a big part of you guys.
I'm sorry to say this. I'm not trying to bury him, but I'm tired of him lying between his teeth.
Can you hear me now?
Loose Cannon.
Now I hear you, Nicholas Crenson. I hear you, and we're also joined here because it is his show after all, and we're talking with Omen Black, the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore god. Omen, I hope you're well. I hope, Nicholas, you're well. Obviously, you guys, I would think, would be far more trained wrestlers. I just heard just now from the Big Bad Silverwolf that they had a match, the Backyard Brawl, and a license plate was used, and it sounds like somebody could have died here. And this is real serious stuff, and I can't condone this. And what's on your mind, gentlemen?
Okay, I'm gonna just go with what I was gonna say here. Shit like that, Silverwolf, is why you need to actually get trained properly. And and there's that old thing of, and I'm gonna say this: some people are just meant to be fans. Now you can take that however you want, or you could just shut up and go to the back, or you could try to get properly trained, try to actually do something here instead of pulling off shit that's gonna get people hurt or even killed. And I'll tell you this about deathmatch wrestling: you never truly learn how to do anything. It's always a risk every time you step into the ring there, and you can at least learn enough to keep both you and the person you're working with safe.
And I'm joined here by Skulls. Skulls, obviously, you were the wrestler in character, and
damn, I thought it was gonna be Jake.
You have something to say, Skulls?
Yeah. So, apparently, Austin Tyler did put a license plate on my head and hit me with a baseball bat. That totally thought was not supposed to happen in a match.
So this shouldn't have happened altogether. You guys shouldn't have been in the ring, period. Well, it sounds to me, Skulls, I love you, Skulls.
Pretty much, Austin Tyler, he wants to throw this baseball bat and license plate on the fly, causing me to basically get knocked out.
Skulls, you know what that sounds like to me? I'm going to slightly cut you off for a second, not to knock you, but it sounds to me like Tyler Ark should have no business being anywhere near a ring. If he was going to think about something like that, this guy has the brain of a pea, and he should either be going out there and playing 2K. I don't think he'd be much of a 2K player, even with that, but he should be far away from a ring for him to think of something like that, and then for you to even allow that to happen. I mean, seriously. This is a serious conversation. To me, I feel like this. What are we, Montel Williams right now? What are we right now? Ricky Lake. Jerry Jones. I mean, this is a disgrace. You guys all came on here 2.5 months ago and said Anthony Steele knows nothing what you're talking about. You guys are gonna do Triple W. You guys know everything. And you guys have this happen. And we got this loose cannon guy, and he did this. He's already fake cancer. He's already fake cancer getting out of the match.
Can I say one
go ahead,
thing?
Omen Black. Now I'm getting a little frustrated. Go ahead.
This is the reason why.
Hello,
It's
Justin.
the exact reason why backyard wrestling gets a bad name. It gets a bad taste in everyone's mouth because of shit you guys do in Triple W, like Tyler Ark hitting someone with a baseball bat, something about a license plate. The fact that you have to botch it so bad with a license plate and hurt someone says a lot. Slow your roll. Stay in your lane. Know what the fuck you guys can do.
And the whole move was he thought they had to hit me with a license plate.
Hold on. Do not try to recreate stuff that I do. Jake Matthews, Jimmy Controversy, Mikey Anarchy. Do not try to imitate what we can do. You guys are not built for this.
And Skulls, you went all the way from California for this. For this? Come on, Skulls. I love you, Skulls. You're a great guy. You got a lot of heart. But, this is this is not really acceptable that we had a show like this. And you guys, I watched some of the footage, and I'm trying hard to defend you guys, because people say, Triple W, this, and that. I try my best to give everybody a fair platform. But to do this show tonight, this is disappointing. This is disappointing. I know the views are up. People are here. Yeah, they're here. But this is really, people aren't tuned in because of your skills. They're tuned in because this is the old adage of kids don't try this at home. Look at these guys. These guys should obviously reevaluate what they're doing. These guys should maybe go to a training school. Maybe if you want to, help set up the ring. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. A lot of people learn how to do those things. Maybe you guys should, become 2K players. That's not a bad thing. Maybe you go to James Taylor's Promo Wrestling Federation. Not a bad thing. Maybe you guys go out there and learn how to, I don't know, maybe do some more storylines in terms of promo skills, or, do things that other than what you guys have done with this thing. I don't mean to kill you guys. I'm not trying to do that here. No, Zach Attack, you're not coming on right now because I have the microphone and I'm going to decide who wants to come on because I don't need more debauchery already. The point is people are tuned in not because of Triple W and what they did that was basically on par with NEW. Ladies and gentlemen, we went from NEW Underground Wrestling last time. Right? We went from a platform that has a who's who of people. Doc Holliday, respected hardcore legend. My old friend, Omen Black's old friend, Gabe Sayers. D'Angelo LaFlame, our darling right now in the underground, the back end. All these great talents. Jake Matthews, Power Surge, D Savage, killing it in the indies. To go from this, this is like, to me, we went from this to this because of what you guys pulled. Seriously, I'm here right now. Now, you know what? Now I'm getting fed up because you know what? You guys did something where, it could have been 4 days later. Instead of talking about what not to do, we could have been talking about one of you guys on a deathbed somewhere. No joke. What you guys could have been on a deathbed somewhere for some knucklehead, some nobody reject of WC. And WC's had their own problems to begin with, who decides, I'm going to use a baseball bat and a license plate. Did he not watch 2020 before? Did he not watch MTV True Life? Did he not watch or even hear about what Copper Dragon said 2 days ago on this platform? And where he talked about how backyard wrestling has gotten a black eye in the past, how backyard wrestling has gotten a bad name in the past? Have people not watched those things? I go out every single day on this platform and defend backyard wrestling from these washed up has-been. Nobody couldn't have made it, but could have, would have, should have, but didn't. Pro wrestlers and indies. And you guys go and basically say to those guys, I told you so. You're making a bad name for everybody that comes on here and that was in the yard and is trying to make it.
I will say this. You guys are trying to run without learning how to walk. You guys need to stop, slow your roll, learn the moves you guys are trying to imitate, learn what they mean. You guys need to learn psychology for wrestling. You guys have none of that. You guys are just trying to do cool things you guys see on a YouTube page or a fucking on the TV. Stop. You guys have no business using weapons, have no business trying to do death matches. You guys will get each other hurt, and guess what? That's going to affect everyone who came from the yard.
You nailed it You fucking nailed it here. Pardon my French. You nailed it, Omen.
That's okay. We could have said a lot of other words here tonight, right now.
Like yes,
And
learn to walk.
the death match wasn't even supposed to have happened. Joe wanted that match so fucking bad
Who's Joe?
that
Loose Cannon won the match because it sounds cool. It sounds cool. Like, oh, yeah, I did a death match. Yeah, it sounds cool, but it puts a toll on your body. People who do death matches professionally, there's a reason why they don't do it like how Ric Flair wrestled for, what, 40 years, 30 years? There's a reason why they don't do it for that long.
and I need to break the balls right now. Silverwolf would have been a champion if I didn't have to change things on the fly due to
I hear you.
Luke Cannon.
I know, but it's not about the champion.
Mini son.
It's not. Honestly, I don't even care who was the champion, who wasn't, because you had something that happened where a baseball bat and a license plate was hit with you. I wouldn't even hear WWE guys do it. That, you know what? As a matter of fact, Omen, you bring up hardcore, you bring up, guys like Jimmy Controversy. I don't even think they would use something like that unless it was arranged and practiced hundreds of times. And those guys are the professionals. What would possess this knucklehead who's got the brain of a pea, who's come on here before and has embarrassed himself and has embarrassed WC here? And as a matter of fact, the entire promotion, for you guys is a promotion, right? You guys are this promotion, Triple W. Maybe the Backyard Brawl should have been more like the Super Soaker event. Maybe you guys should have went out there and played with Super Soakers. At least, maybe Nerf guns. You know what, Nerf guns? I'm not sure if I would have, wanted to trust you guys with Nerf guns, but at least have done something that was more suitable for whatever abilities that you have. And to me, this is ridiculous. We went from yesterday, right? Again, I don't mean to say, Omen is going to be with all the IMF guys Thursday. They have a great show coming up. We're going to promote it. Nicholas is going to be here. I'm really excited about it. But we go from Thursday, yesterday to this. People are not tuned in because of Triple W's skill set. People are tuned in not because Triple W put on 7-star matches, according to Copper Dragon. Triple W didn't put on matches even that got the views like TBW at their last Rampage show. They're here because people are kind of like
I told you so.
At you guys. I hate to say it.
It's a I told you so thing. I told you guys so. That's what everyone's looking at Triple W like, I told you so. You guys need to listen. You guys don't listen worth a shit.
I'm new on what's going on. All I heard was somebody got hurt. Can somebody fill me in real fast? Because I'd like to give my quick little input while I have a quick minute. Somebody got hurt with a baseball bat. Was it a kid?
No, well, Skulls was supposed to have a match with Tyler Ark, who's from WCE, and apparently, from what the big bad Silverwolf has told us, who's the hardcore champion, who won the championship, which doesn't even matter because these guys couldn't have a match. This guy, Tyler Ark, decided, without going over the match, he was going to use a baseball bat and a license plate to attack Skulls, who has very little ring experience to begin with. With all due respect, Skulls, I love you, but you have very little ring experience, who traveled all the way from California to Wisconsin. And this guy Skulls was, very lucky he wasn't seriously injured. If I'm not mistaken, you had to go get medical attention, and the match stopped. The match never happened. As a matter of fact, there was other people that were wrestling on this card that also needed medical attention. Loose Cannon Joe Bigelow. So it sounds like the entire card here as a whole, all of you guys, I know Adonis Felius might have the most experience of you guys, but even him, I wouldn't necessarily
saying much.
I was going to say, I wouldn't necessarily put him and Bret the Hitman Hart in the same
offense, Adonis, but it's not saying much.
But I'm not trying to kill you guys. Because I know a couple months ago when Anthony Steele was saying things, it was about, he's discriminating against the special needs, and I have disabilities, and I have mental health issues. And we all have issues, right? Everybody has problems. But this is actually, now you've involved the entire wrestling world that comes on the platform. And that's bad because not only you're putting figuratively and literally a black eye on you guys, you're putting a black eye on me because I bring you guys on the platform. And I feel a personal responsibility tonight to kind of take this into the direction that I think to kind of nip this in the bud. And these guys, 3 guys here who are veterans, who've been in this sport, who have done a lot of things, they've had thousands of views and people watch their matches. And they at least they have a lot of experience. And even I don't think these guys would have tried something like this, especially when they have more experience than what Skulls and Tyler Ark have. And it's a disgrace, honestly. This is a disgrace tonight. This is an absolute, utter abomination. And people aren't viewing this because they want to follow Triple W. They're following this because they're almost like
They want to
laughing
feel.
at you. Yeah, this is a joke. They're not tuned in tonight because Triple W. Yeah. No, they're tuned in because they're like, what the hell are you guys doing? What is wrong with you guys? Seriously, what is wrong with you guys? Now I'm getting mad because you know what? You wasted my time tonight. You've wasted the people's time. You've wasted guys that come on this platform who've put their blood, sweat, and tears out there, who've busted their goddamn asses there to go out and put a better life out there for this platform, for this community. And you guys do this, and I'm supposed to seriously. And you know what, Loose Cannon? I like you, Loose Cannon. You're a nice guy, but I can't put you in the Hall of Fame right now. I don't even know why I have other people in the Hall of Fame that have said this, that. You know, Skulls, I love you, Skulls. I know how much Sportswire means to you. But, like, this is, like, to me, an utter abomination that I have to waste my time. I have to waste these wrestlers' time here right now. I have to waste people's time tuned in here right now because of all of this. Seriously.
Well, I'd like to say, if you're green and you don't know what you're doing, but you want to wrestle, do what most of us did when we started. You don't have to have the biggest, craziest match of all time to bring in all the viewers and think you're an ultimate badass.
Baby
Jump on a
steps.
trampoline. Just wrestle on a trampoline and nobody's going to judge you. And do it safely and just practice your moves. But if you ain't got nobody to help train you and you have no idea where to go, then you need to find somewhere else. Like, from what I heard, WCE's kind of close to where y'all are at. If anything, you should go to their area, and the guys like Nicholas Crenson, who's a little bit more experienced, can help train you guys a little bit more. Because here you are,
You tried that.
injuring and hurting people. You're holding titles like you've done something special. It doesn't mean anything. Now you've pissed a lot of other people off, and you have put in the. This is the reason why backyard wrestling gets so much shit, is because of stupidity like this. And this is something you're going to have to recover from on your own, honestly. But all I can say is take the advice that you hear from these guys.
The work that myself, Crenson, Taft Taylor, and amongst the talented roster of our peers like Jake Matthews, all around the whole nation, the work we put in is not just for us; is to give backyard wrestlers and wrestling in general the acknowledgement that it deserves. The passion that we have in the sport is unmatched. I think we have more passion in the indies and pros. But when stupid shit like this happens, it ruins all the work that we put in.
Who has trained you, Silverwolf? You say you're trained. I want to know who has trained you.
I'm not fully trained, but I got little training.
No.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be a good thing to learn more training? Wouldn't it be to go somewhere? Because this is not.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. You need proper training. And yes, we try to train you up here, but you need more than just, you need proper training. And I'll tell you this. You're not going to become this overnight sensation. You're not going to become the best wrestler in the world overnight. You're not going to become a good wrestler overnight. It takes months, even years, to really understand what you're doing in the ring. Like he said, like Omen said before, learn the psychology of the moves you're doing, because everything has a meaning to it. You're trying to tell a story, and just going out there and doing shit because it looks cool, that's not much of a story.
That's what I don't mean to interrupt you, dude, but I'm just getting right to the point. The way y'all wrestle, I'm going to criticize, and sometimes that's the best way to learn, is to be critiqued. I've watched your stuff, and y'all wrestle like y'all are 8, 9, and 10 years old. Oh my God, that move was so cool. You got to understand the psychology, but you're not going to understand it right away. You got to understand what you're doing first. And being trained by somebody doesn't mean nothing all the time. If you were barely trained, okay, you have to have exactly, and what Omen's words were, passion. I have deep passion for this. Omen does. People like Nicholas Crenson have it because we love the business itself. I was never trained. I was self-taught. But you think I got to where I was overnight? Hell no.
No.
I started on a trampoline at 14 years old, wrestled 2 years off of camera, and then just worked my way up. And every single match I had and recorded, I went back and watched, and I critiqued myself. Okay, that was cool, but that wasn't. What can I do to make that better the next time? And I kept going. Even to this very date, I still do that. I still watch my matches. I still critique myself, and I'm still learning because I love this fucking business. I would die for this business. I'd be comfortable dying in a fucking ring knowing that I did it because I love it, not because I thought it was cool, but because I love it. Just like anybody else that's here that does it because they love it. They have passion for it.
The amount of sacrifice I have given to the sport, I've missed birthdays, hang out with my friends, funerals. Hell, I'm pretty sure I'm losing my fiance to it. But you know what? I love this sport so much, I'm trying to make it. Trying to make something out of nothing. And, you know, IMF, when we first started the first episode, that wasn't really the first day we started. We started probably 6 months ahead of time getting shit down before we even decided to film our first match. You guys are just trying to jump in a pool without learning how to swim. Like, you guys need to learn. Take advice. Hell, this upcoming winter, I'm taking a break from IMF to go to Rugged Pro to train. I'm trying to get the proper training so I can move on up. So I can help my guys in IMF.
And we're joined here by Craven Rage, the Backyard Nightmare. And Craven, this is a nightmare of an episode tonight on Sportswire Radio, and I wish I could never have woken up from this, but you were here because obviously we have heard a number of different things apparently that went on with your old opponent, Skulls, and obviously your former colleague, I suppose you might say, in the Big Bad Silverwolf. And I know you were watching this and hearing all of this, what's going down tonight, and what would you like to say?
First and foremost, I don't think I have to say like this. It's from what I've seen and what I have heard, it is the same. Because I agree with Omen. I agree with Nicholas Christian. I even agree with James Taylor. Y'all guys need truly training, hardcore training, where y'all need to know what y'all doing. Because safety is first, and that's how WCE is run. We run by safety. That's our priority. And yeah, we try to keep each other safe. Yeah, we put our lives on the line doing this shit. You know, when I first started, I didn't know lick what the fuck I was doing. Me and Nicholas Quinson, you can vouch for this. Me and you have been through the training.
And we're here joined with Mr. Mac 10, the White Wolf, who has been in the Carnage Cup with our friends over at
We've been through the training. We know this shit. It took me 2 years to learn everything that I know. But regardless, at the end of the day, we try to fucking practice. We tried everything that we can to teach everybody that even come step foot in WCE. But
and that could have been the sirens, by the way, for one of you guys, and it could have been a funeral right afterwards. Seriously, those sirens going off could have been that. I'm not trying to make a joke out of this, but this is from what you guys are telling me, and what could have happened. You know, Mac 10 is going to certainly, I'm sure, lambaste you guys in a second. Unfortunately, because I don't mean to have you guys being roasted like Tom Brady was on Netflix, but at least on that show they were having jokes, and we got to see Nikki Glazer at least do the jokes. And I wouldn't mind looking at her, but I'm looking at you all guys instead. But Mac 10, I mean, I know we're not roasting Tom Brady. Unfortunately, we're roasting Skulls and the Big Bad Silverwolf. You're one of the most accomplished hardcore wrestlers out there, and I am sure you've heard what these guys have done, and I'm sure you're going to say what most of these more experienced wrestlers have said as well.
Hey, guys, trust me, when these guys say that you need training, you need training. Just like Taylor was. I was self-made until I ran into Grandmaster Sexy Brian Christopher. I was his protege for 2 years before he passed. And when I say safety, if you're going to do hardcore stuff, you need to stay in the safety range. I've just started getting back into more of the hardcore deathmatch styles, and I can tell you this: the show that I was at this weekend in Bama, we had the cops called on us for the simple fact that the damn fucking neighbors thought we were stabbing people for fucking real. We got swatted.
Damn.
That's how real we made it look. If you can make it look real and safe at the same time, you're doing your job. But if it's unsafe with the shit that I've seen from y'all, you're gonna kill somebody. You're gonna hurt somebody.
My match at Winter Clash, it was so gruesome, but yet so protected from each other. We made a girl puke in her own drink. That's how bad we can make it look. But still, we were protecting each other.
When you're in the ring with anybody, that is your dance partner, and your number one goal is to protect the person you are wrestling, not really hurt them. Your
And
number
I have
one
to
goal
cut
is
it
to
out. Loose
protect them.
Cannon has messaged me, is talking about suicide. Loose Cannon, really don't do that. Loose Cannon, don't do that. I'll send you a link. You want to pop on, don't do that. Whatever you do, I know you're listening. Don't do that. Seriously, right now, don't do that. You have a wife and a daughter. You just came back from Wisconsin for this event. You will come
It's
on the
not cool for
platform.
attention.
Okay, I just want to put it out there. I have the responsibility to put it out there. I don't want that to happen. So, Jake Matthews, good to see you. Unfortunately, in this circumstance, I went from talking about your wonderful promotion to this. I feel like I went from Cloud9 yesterday to almost looking at my Bitcoin portfolio these days. But obviously, it's a lot more down than it used to be. But
Fuck, don't remind me.
well, I looked at my mutual fund earlier, and it was down. But that be that as it may, Jake Matthews, I know we were supposed to be here in a better light for you next week, but you're here now, and I'm sure you've been listening to what we've talked about the entire night by
My tag team partner right there.
you guys.
One
Do
of these
have
days, gotta make it happen.
Well,
Yeah, so I did watch some of the events, and I will tell you the best one there that remotely even looked like he had experience was the skinny dude that was teaming up with Loose Cannon. I mean, they're entering using WWE theme songs. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to bump. You know, there's multiple things that they need to learn before they go out there. I mean, not trying to be a jerk, but they don't even know how to do a DDT, and that's the most one of the most basic moves that you can do in wrestling.
You have to protect your partner. You have to protect whoever you're in that ring with, and they should be protecting you. If you don't trust somebody you're in the ring with, you got no business being in there. Or they don't got no business being in there, either or. And like these guys who are deathmatch wrestlers, like Mac 10 right here, didn't you hear what he said? Kind of like me, self-taught. Then he was trained, and he's gotten back into it. But what did he say? I've implemented that safety in a death match. Look at Omen. He does hardcore death match. I did one 2 years ago with Anthony Steele, a street fight where we were bloodied up, but I took care of him. I didn't break his fucking neck. I didn't crack his skull for real. All he had was some blood. And because we're protecting each other. When you're in the ring with somebody, any of these guys will tell you that's your dance partner.
you want to say something, Nicholas? Go ahead, Grunton.
Yes, and that's like he said. You protect the person you're in the ring with; they protect you. Pretty much your job in the ring is to get your opponent over. Their job is to get you over. It's you can get yourself over with your promos, your character work, and all that stuff. But in the ring, you protect each other. You don't, like it could get to something where you could die, if you're not doing it correctly. And I will say this, even when you are even being trained, you can be as safe as possible, and stuff still can happen. It's just a risk of what we do. But get properly trained so you can at least mitigate the risk of somebody getting hurt because of negligence.
I hear you.
My match in Winter Clash, I wasn't even supposed to bleed. And the first couple seconds, I'm already bloodied up.
I know. Well,
we get it, but shit happens on the rarest occasions. You guys with no training, shit will happen very frequently.
the aspect of shit happens. So the last match of IWA Deep South that we had yesterday, not yesterday, but Sunday, a rogue light tube hit the red, and literally it looks like a shark bit a chunk out of his leg because of a rogue light tube.
Another example of happening when I was younger, back in 2007, I ended up having to go get stitches because during a TLC match, I took a ladder launched right into my skull. So you can try everything as safe as you want.
Look at the famous TLC match with the Hardys and was it Eminem?
Yep.
Yes.
Johnny Nitro. Look what happened to him. Never wrestled again after that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
About 15 years ago, 15, 16 years ago, maybe.
Another example is like I left for 2 years because I took a suplex perfectly fine. Just, at that time, the ring, the padding shifted on the ring I was in, and my back was messed up for like several years. Still kind of is.
You want to say something, Mr. Silverwolf? Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate all you guys' advice. I'm definitely taking to heart and the past. But I had something on my chest that I talked to Tom yesterday on the phone.
Okay. Go for it.
We have 2 people from WC, Craven Rage, there, the Messiah, Nicholas. I want to apologize, all in my heart, and is seriously insecure that I should have never fucked with Ghost Cannon. I'm really sorry that I left WC and on occasion I was so confused with my mind, I wasn't thinking right. That's why I came on the show to apologize to management and all that. I enjoyed being with you guys. I joined the training. I joined facing you, Nick Creation. I joined facing everyone WCE. I love being part of that family. And I know I fucked up, and I admit it. But I'm trying to say the right apologies to management, and I hope they're watching this. I'm sorry for what. I'm done with Loose Cannon. He's blocked. I'm not dealing with him. He's washed under the bridge with me. I don't even want to talk to the guy. I'm done with him. He's trying to ruin anything in my passion of wrestling, my life. I'm not going to let it happen. He's a bad cancer. And Omen Black, you were right. You were right about him. Everybody was right about him. I was a sucker for believing it.
Should you also apologize to Anthony Steele as well?
And Anthony Steele? I already talked to Anthony Steele already.
Okay, I want to make sure because obviously he,
yeah. I apologize to Anthony Steele. I apologize to all the people who told me he was a bad cancer. I was a sucker. We should never let him be part of Triple W because honestly, with him in it, it's a mark on us.
Well, it sounds like Triple W, honestly, right now should I don't even know if it should exist after what happened with this incident with Skulls and Tyler Ark. Leave aside what happened in WCE. I mean, this sounds like this company really, almost. I don't know if it should be shut down, but it should be maybe under further review.
We're on a hiatus right now.
Yeah,
till June.
You had it right the first time.
Okay, we're on that right. We're on that right now to fix everything that happened. Give everything back where it belongs. I swear, Tom, by June, everything will be back in line.
Well, it better be. Listen, I don't. From what you've told me, and even watching some of the matches, I know. And Jake Matthews was being very kind because Jake. Obviously, watching Jake and seeing his company, the fact that he was even giving you kind comments. If anybody has seen him as a part of Redux, I mean, he was basically being as nice as he could. Which is, if anybody knows Jake, it's really, definitely very, very surprised that he did that for you. But
I never met you, Jake. Honestly, thank you for your advice. And like I said to all you,
I assure you, you don't want to meet him in a ring. No,
all you guys, even you, I can see without my glasses. Sorry. Tight. I can't see the one on the bottom right here.
Back 10.
Titan, I think for your advice. Like I said, we're on a break until June, and we're planning on having a new management taking over by June.
Let me ask you a question. Will the new management have experience with bringing in wrestlers that are trained, wrestlers that can train you guys properly, wrestlers that might want to advise you guys not to partake in hardcore matches that aren't arranged, and guys that would bring baseball bats with license plates. Maybe we can stick to like toy figures and super soakers and water balloons, and
Go
maybe we
get
can
y'all.
get, let's say candy bars, things like that.
Hey,
Tom, I swear, hold on, I swear that our new management taking over has experience more
Get
than
you guys some
Luke
soccer
Cannon.
poppers.
He has more experience. We are actually talking. Management's been talking to him. He's considering taking over the company and refix it and get the mark off us from Loose Cannon.
Right.
That mark,
I got that.
Mark's staying for a while.
That.
That mark has to stay for a while. It's. But it
don't have to stay for a while. It should stay forever.
It's fucked. All right, it's fucked.
Hold on.
Why don't y'all go get y'all a trampoline? And nobody's gonna judge you if you
okay.
start there and
I'm
practice.
gonna say this.
Hold on. Silver, hold on. I'll do this for you. Get me in touch with the new management people that are supposedly coming in. And if you need people to come and train, I'll keep in touch with them, and I will send guys that will come and personally train y'all.
Who's that? I can't see who that is.
That's Mac Chan.
Who's been in the Carnage Cup? Who's been a huge part of Resurrection Wrestling. Yep.
Look up Wolf Silver. Send me
I'll get in touch with you. I'll send him Mr. Mac Penn's info to you, Mr. Silver. I'll handle that. I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you.
Got it.
Appreciate it. Like I said, our new management, his name is Titan. I'm not gonna give out his real name. His name is Titan. He's gonna be. I've been hearing he's gonna take over. He did shit in Milwaukee back in the day. He has a lot of experience. He got me where I'm at with my character, who I am.
I hope you're not gonna say your ring ability.
You
Ability.
guys are fucked, man.
We're training. We're planning on training before June. We have time. I'm gonna have time training. I'm gonna keep my word. I'm gonna train before the next show. I already have a plan on it.
So
WCE has mentioned that they do not want you back. They have said here in the comments that you were fired and you are not coming back. I mean, I'm going to let you know. That's not my decision. Obviously, Mr. Silverwolf, they can do whatever they want. It's their company. I don't get in the business of telling companies what they should or shouldn't do, but I'm telling you that they're here right now. And that basically you're not coming back. You're not welcome back despite this apology. This apology didn't seem to have the effects that the Anthony Steele apology is. But at least with Anthony, in the ring, he can certainly go and, he says things, but at the end of the day, he's backed it up. I think there's a serious level of distrust from you guys towards WCE, and that's why they feel that they're not bringing you back at the moment. I don't know what you could do to arrange that, because obviously what you've told us tonight, some other issues with Loose Cannon, there's some other things there, and I don't know if I should say some of it on the air. I don't know if I should leave it out, but it sounds to me at the end of the day that this company really, you guys would be great fans. I mean, I take you on as analyst. You could talk to me about SmackDown. You could talk to me about AEW Dynamite. I mean, Lord knows Dynamite can use more analysis, but I think when it comes to ring ability, there's obviously needing to be. You ever hear of the old expression, under further construction, under construction? Maybe that's what you guys should go into, under construction right now. I think Omen's in business. He's got a farm in his day life. He probably knows a thing or two about that. You guys might want to go into under construction, because what I've seen in the ring, and I'm defending you. I love you. You're great, Skulls. You've been on my platform for so long, and Skulls, you know better too, because you go out there in California, you work those shows in security. All those guys like my buddy Vito Fratelli in the PWI 500, Jarrell Diaz. But the point is, from what's out there for the public to see, the expression should be for Triple W. Until under construction, you guys will be back at a future date to be announced.
I can also tell you this, Rezi, we've had new guys come in, we've had guys leave, we've had guys come in. You are not allowed to do one of our shows until you have the basics down, and you've been doing the basics for at least 3 months, or you can even step foot into a Resi ring.
There you go.
And then once you get the basics down, we'll start working with a character with you. Once you get that character down, the mannerisms, then you'll be on one of our weekly shows. You're not going to hit a pay-per-view yet. You'll be on a weekly show. From that, we'll start moving you up. You'll start doing crowd development. The crowd development then goes from that into a pay-per-view. It's not about just your in-ring talent. It's if you can get the crowd that's behind y'all more to erupt, so you can get more of that adrenaline rush that you're looking for. I can tell you this: I am the most loved and hated on the Resi roster.
I'm aware of that. That I'm aware of. Knows that it's yours truly. I mean, but yeah.
Can you bring that comment up?
Everybody hates to love me, man.
You want to say something, Craven Rage? Go ahead.
Could you bring that comment up?
Which one?
About the management.
Sure. Give me 1 second. And I know there's a lot of comments out there. I apologize if I normally haven't read them off. This one here, there's something else as well, I believe. Let me pull it up.
What the fucking tornado just came out?
Oh, there you go.
I agree with that, Loveless.
Coming back. This is embarrassing. That's the comment.
Well, put it like this, Silverwolf. What they just said, I can't even control. I can't control. Whatever management says, I can't. I don't got nothing to say. I can't. I don't got no power. None. And I'm being real with you here, just because I tried to train you. I tried my best to work with you. And I told you from the get-go, you need to learn how to crawl before you can walk, before you can run. I already told you, you was running before you was even trying to learn how to crawl.
It's like I'm gonna bring this up. Like one of our guys that Toph knows here, and Tom, you know him because he was on the show the other day.
I think I know you're talking about. Yep.
Thorn.
Yep. Heard the name.
He used to be
on this platform.
Yeah. He used to be one ear and out the other, and now he's actually starting to listen to us now.
If he knows what's good for him, he'll listen.
I did have one promoter I shall name anonymous that was telling me why he doesn't listen. So hopefully, Mac 10, you guys will have a better luck with him than in, let's say, that other promoter I spoke with that gave me an ad nauseum like conversation on why Mr. Thorne doesn't listen. But I'll certainly leave that at bay and leave that out. But you know,
so trust me, when he doesn't listen, he gets a fire session the next time he's at training.
Well, he was here on Wednesday and even on Sunday, Mac 10. He was literally on. I don't even want to say it. He was in the bathroom and it looked like he was doing a number 2, and it was really, one I would not want to remember here. But
yeah, I saw that. I just clicked right off the video.
Back to y'all match that y'all had, y'all show that y'all had. Yeah, I agree with everybody that's been on here. Mac 10, Jake Matthews, Omen Black, James Taylor. Y'all gave these guys truly good advice, and Tom, you did wonderful. Just letting these guys know how you felt, because that was not safe at all. None of that shit was safe.
And you know what? We shouldn't be here tonight for this. This should not be Skulls. I know you got to go. What would you like to say? I know you have to run.
Thanks for having me tonight. Sorry for unfortunately what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I am going to continue getting my training done.
Good. Get that training.
And Silverwolf, I hope you get the training that you need, because what was happened at Backyard Brawl should never have happened.
Yep. That should never have happened, and maybe Triple W needs to be under further evaluation until further notice. And Skulls, always good to be with you. We'll look forward to more from you, hopefully on a better note and a lighter note. And we'll see you soon, my friend, and be safe out there, okay? No, seriously, be safe out there.
Thank you.
That was Skulls, who is
now,
certainly was the
with everything that everyone's been telling you tonight, Silverwolf, did you soak any of it in?
Yes, I have.
I know.
I need more training, and
I believe that this is a comment from someone that might know a thing or two about a company that you have certainly looked to make an apology for. I won't personally post or say who this individual is out of respect for the individual. But what the individual is saying, I think, is a very, very fair and valid statement that I'd like to personally read off. Safety is my number one, and we are not willing to risk health and safety to stroke an ego. Belt and championships mean nothing. If you cannot protect your opponent, stay out of the ring. And I couldn't agree more. And, that's why I'm not in a ring. People joke with me all the time. Hey, why don't you go out there and be in a ring? Well, because of things like this tonight is why I'm not in a ring and why I have the professionals come on and tell me what they can do. And as I say to you, don't try this at home if you can't do it. If you can't go in the kitchen, don't cook. You can't go in the kitchen. I'm only saying it because I like you. I really do like you. We speak privately. I think you're a good guy. I think that, you are a good-hearted person. But, somebody's life could have been altered, right? And that wouldn't have been. I'd be here talking about a funeral.
You're right.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing to my platform that I win from Rezzy, right? I had Rezzy on Sunday, Jacoby and D'Angelo LaFlame. D'Angelo LaFlame is the backyard underground wrestling darling. Jake Matthews' company, New Underground Wrestling, is killing it. They have Riot in the ring. They have all these great stars coming in. We were so excited about it, right? We had that on Monday. We had Aaron Blaze to kick off the weekend on Saturday. A lot of excitement, right? We have Omen coming on here with his boys on Thursday. Sean Jovi's tomorrow with his announcement. And then I have to have this show tonight. This is not why we should be here tonight. Should not be here. I should not be here right now.
I hope, honestly, if all of this shit does go back to normal, hope by next year that I could go back to WC. I'd be awesome if I could. If I do get the training and everything goes smoothly and let it cool off for this whole year and figure out what happens next year, it'd be nice. I hope I can come back, definitely. That'd be a great honor.
It's up to them. I mean, it's up to them. I couldn't speak.
I know it's up to them, but I'm really scared about what I'm saying for this apology. I mean everything I'm saying. I know you guys don't think I'm telling the truth, but I'm really scared what I'm saying, Craven. I know you don't have no control of it because you're not management, but whatever management's watching this, I hope I can come back in time.
I want to say hello to Mr. Big Head.
Definitely come back. Like I said,
somebody's breaking up. I can barely hear you.
You're having Big Bad Wolf, the boy who cried wolf Wi-Fi.
Big bad Wi-Fi problem.
Somebody beat me to it. There you go.
It's the weather. Sorry.
I figured that. I think we're getting your weather here in about a day or so. But go ahead. What would you like to say?
You can have it. You can keep it, Tom. Keep our weather.
We've had horrible weather in New York and Massachusetts lately to begin with. It's been terrible.
The guy down on the bottom, definitely. I want to talk to you after the show if he can hit it up.
I'll give you his information. I'll take care of it.
Stay on right quick because I'm about to bring some stuff from the show that we used this weekend, and I want your honest opinion, Silverwolf, how you would use it, how you would take it.
Oh, good. This is good. I want to see this.
Well,
if you haven't had experience with it, don't use it.
Before he does that, if we can let me know you guys get trained up for.
I can't hear you right now. Cut out.
Somebody's Wi-Fi is messing really bad because I can barely hear Jake.
I don't know.
Is it me?
No. Silverwolf, say something.
Hello.
You sound okay.
Hello.
It's the Wi-Fi. It's from the weather from other areas.
We had a thunderstorm.
Silverwolf.
It's me, it's Silvercat.
Somebody's echoing. Did you say Silvercat? Oh my geez.
Is there such a thing as a silver cat? Does anybody know if there's such a thing as a silver cat?
It is off of
In the comic
Thundercats.
books,
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Thundercats. Well, that's before my time. I mean, what can I tell you? It's before my time. I don't know Thundercats.
Also,
But-
Spider-Man.
Well,
Silver Cat.
Spider-Man, I know. Spider-Man, I know. But okay, let me get to some comments here. Obviously, we'll wait for Mac 10. Demonstration time is coming. Someone ring that damn bell. It can be dangerous. Watch and understand the environment. Yes, I agree. All being used. It can be used. Also here, I agree with Andrew Lovelace. Shout out to Mr. Biolendo, our official DJ of Sportswire Radio. He's back here June 5th, 7:30 p.m. So if you want to hear some drum and bass, some techno, request your favorites. Andrew will be spinning them. He is our dirty white boy. But there's Mr. Mac 10. And Mac 10, I see that you've got some skills here that you're going to show off. And tell me what you want to show Mr. Silverwolf.
Yeah. So, the nunchuck. It's got screws through it. How would you use it?
Death match.
Not just a death match. It could be used in a hardcore match, too.
Correct. I haven't used nunchucks before like that.
But in that aspect, on how would you use it on your opponent? Where would you hit them?
I'll hit them, choke, pretty much not really choke them, like look like it's choking them. But sure, I make them bleed. Nails.
The way I would use this, since it's the screw one, I'm taking this end of it, I'm taking your forehead, and I'm going to put my hand across this. I'm going to dig that screw as deep as I can into that flesh. As soon as it punctures that flesh, turn it just a little bit, and boom, blood. You don't want to press no harder, no more. You could also use it to hit them in the back. Back's one of the safest areas. Now here's the fun one.
I don't look fun at all, but I'm out.
Well, guys like
fun.
taking Mac 10 and home, and for them, it's like a normal day in the office.
I never use
It really is. This is all just paper clips wrapped around. It's really not that dangerous. They
what are you,
close down.
hardcore Bruce Lee, Mac 10? Jesus Christ.
Oh, these are just. That's just some of the fuckery that was there. That's not even the worst one. There was one that had lights on it. There was another one that had shingles on it. Like, there was a bunch of fuckery.
Well, how about the syringe needle that Jimmy Controversy put through Hardcore's lip? Did anybody see that at the TF Crew show in January? That was certainly one for the ages.
Yeah.
How about the one that JJ Escobar took a nail gun to the fucking arm?
Yes, and then I think Hardcore got staple guns. I think he got a staple gun. I want to say forget what it was. It was barbed wire with a staple gun or something like that too. It was,
or Tarzan Duran literally slicing into someone's arm with a knife.
I did see that. Yes,
I have a fun one here. Omen, I don't think you would do this, but a porcupine quill board.
A what?
A porcupine quill board.
Oh, fuck yeah, I would.
Little Sicko took it, and man, that was a fun time trying to get all those quills out of his back. But this right here is one of my best friends. It's a gusset plate.
Yeah, those are fun. They suck, but they're fun.
Easiest thing to use. One of the safest things to use. But if you drive this too deep, it will get stuck.
See, my weapon of choice is a Copper Dragon set. I use flat screen TVs, apparently. Apparently, the TVs are my go-to weapon, which doesn't really work out for me ever.
Now, here's also another aspect. If you're going to use light tubes in anything, what light tubes do you use?
I never use light tubes.
True hardcore wrestlers out there who's here, and he's here, and he's probably not here for a good reason, but he's here because he's wanting to know what happened. The one and only Mr. Doc Holliday, who I saw is teaming up with Gabe Sayers. Kind of an odd pairing there. I mean, Mr. Matthews, I would definitely ask you about that pairing. But, hello, Mr.
That's
Matthews.
a good team right there.
Yeah, it is, but it's but that's a different conversation for a different time. And also here, Mr. James, is that Mr. James we're talking about, Mr. Lovelace? And but Tyler Ark is here, which I don't know why he would be here talking about lessons, because wasn't he the one that used the baseball bat and the license plate, with all due respect? I don't know. I don't even know.
Tyler, shut the fuck up.
But when it comes to the fluorescent light tubes, I can tell you this: every deathmatch guy will tell you never use a T8 light tube.
I keep getting kicked. God damn it!
A T8 light tube will shatter, but it won't shatter like the bigger ones will. The bigger ones will shatter and explode. The smaller ones, they'll explode, but those smaller gashes, as you can see, that scar right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like a T12 or T20. I don't know my numbers for bulbs, but
Yeah, the T12s and the T20s, you want to steer away from the T8s.
Yeah.
I got hit at Carnage Cup with a box full of T8 tubes. And one of them just happened to slice right down my finger, and I should have went and had it stitched up, but I didn't.
Oof.
No, not him. That was Andrew Lovelace's tag team partner when they were the tag team champions. But Sean Jovi, you were here, and I know you're not here about tomorrow. You're probably here because you saw, I suppose, your old colleague, Mr. Silverwolf's promotion, where this incident had happened between Skulls, who already, again, has very minimal ring experience, with Tyler Ark, who's got to be one of the dumbest men that's wrestling in this sport currently, with all due respect to Tyler Ark. And, I'm sure you have something to say on it. And what would you like to say, our rock star, resident rock star, you might want to say?
Honestly, I would love to be on here promoting tomorrow, but I shouldn't, and I won't.
You could if you want to. I mean, it might give us a diversion.
Well, no, we'll save that for later. Maybe in closing thoughts. I know that's going to happen eventually.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. I think I've got the point.
Yeah, but Silverwolf.
Just like Tom's mixtape coming soon. No.
Well, I actually know my video for Andrew Lovelace's shirt. I think I put a new rhyme out there. And for you, Mr. Jovi, your video coming up, I actually have a mix that's going to be coming out in that mix, and it might actually involve the Wolfpack Hour. So stay tuned.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, Silverwolf, I'm like speechless on this whole thing. Finding out everything I have, it's really embarrassing. Like, not just for WCE, not just for what's
all
happening.
Of us here, all of us.
Yes, for all of wrestling, in a platform where all wrestling matters.
Yes, it's for all of us. It's embarrassing for all of us because everybody, whether we're in Resurrection Wrestling, whether we're in NEW, whether we're in IMF, whether we're in WC, whether we're in DBW, whether we're in VTW, we're in XCW, XCW,
right?
DKW, we're in everywhere out there. You go ROEW. They
all
put on a hell of a
wrestling matters.
Yes, and it's for us in the community. It's embarrassing. Tonight is embarrassing.
Yeah.
TBW. It's embarrassing for all of us that we have to sit here and these guys have to pontificate to this promotion that calls themselves Triple W when it sounds like you guys took a major triple fat L, and you guys need to be under. Again, I don't mean to disintegrate you guys. I like you guys personally. This is not a personal attack tonight, but we spent an hour.
This is real talk.
This is real talk. Like, we spent an hour and 18 minutes talking about two knuckleheads. It's for real. Two knuckleheads. Kevin Reed and Austin Tyler. What's that?
I want to hear from the other side of this knucklehead feud, Loose Cannon. Like,
you want me to bring him on? You really want me to bring him on?
Kind of. He needs to hear this too, not just Silverwolf. Silverwolf, you've been taking it on the chin all fucking night. Good job, but
so I'm going to predate myself here, but Silverwolf, go back on YouTube and look up Brady Championship Wrestling and see where me and the West Memphis Kid Ronnie Brady came from.
Yes, those old BCW days. Yep.
Now, when I don't want Loose Cannon coming here and just attack Silverwolf.
I sent him the link. I'm letting you right now. I sent him the link.
If that's the case, then Loose Cannon don't come on if you're just going to attack Silverwolf. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, we're here for.
Tyler Rock did say he's sorry, which is great, but it doesn't really do much.
It doesn't fix anything, It doesn't stop it from what happened.
Well, now fucking Jesus
Well,
Christ.
Am I missing somebody here? Did somebody drop off?
Silverwolf left.
Oh, well. But
there he is.
come on, please.
There
That's
he
amazing.
is.
How you doing, Mr.
Silver,
Silverwolf?
I saw your like your emotions just flushed over you. Like you don't want loose cannon on. If it gets anywhere that bad, we'll take the loose cannon off. I mean, it is my show.
I sent him the link. I mean, loose cannon. I know you're out there, Joe Bidelau. You know, come on. You work for the Red Sox. I mean, you certainly know a thing or two about being in the fire. You know, you serve those dirty water dogs out there at Fenway Park. Come on, Joe Bidelau. Let's get on the platform here. I don't have all night. Joe Bidelau, I want you on this platform. Get on here. You got 5 minutes. I want you on, Mr. Loose Cannon. I want you on. I know you're out there. You're speaking to me right now on Facebook. I want you on. I'm a Mets fan, actually, because I root for the underdog. I grew up in Brooklyn, so where I grew up geographic-wise was Mets land. So if you're a Red Sox fan, you can't hate me because I'm a Mets fan. So yeah, that's my story. So that's why Boston people get along with me because I'm a Mets fan. But it doesn't matter where I'm at on training and the years I have logged. Always can use more education. As a matter of fact, I want to give him a big plug because he was talking about this last Tuesday. And Mr. Silverwolf, go back and watch the show I did with him because Andrew Lovelace talked about taking a notebook out there. He talked about taking notes. He talked about going back into his log each and every time he was at training. And he just did a seminar with Pitbull Gary Wolf. Now, Pitbull Gary Wolf, now that's a guy, right? I would certainly pay him respect. So Andrew's been in the sport for a while. He's been, around. His brother obviously was in the sport. God rest his soul. He knows a thing or two, but he still takes his notes. He goes out there and trains, and he's taking notes from people, and he's going back and referring to that. Maybe that's what you should do. Listen, when I was in college, when I was taking law and everything like that, I would always have my notebook. I take my notes, I look at them. So maybe that
education.
Exactly. So thank you for that. But Loose Cannon will not come on the platform. He's saying he's not coming on. So,
see, I can also sit here and tell you that this profession of wrestling, period, is always a learning curve. You're always having to learn new stuff. Instead. You're always having to learn new things, learn new stuff. It's like I remember back in the day when I first started doing deathmatch. You guys don't know how to wrestle.
Never mind, he's here. Loose Cannon, Joe Bidelau.
That's why you're using weapons. Y'all don't know how to wrestle. But I can tell you this: in a death match or a hardcore match, you have to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and how you're doing it.
It takes more trust than a normal match.
Joe Bidelau.
It is not a normal match.
Is here. Joe Bidelau, a.k.a. Loose Cannon. Joe Bidelau, good evening.
Yes. I've been listening to everyone, and I want to admit everything to everyone. Yes, everyone is right. I'm dealing with something right now that I can't turn back and redo everything. I'm dealing with something that is basically ruining my career on my personal life career now for my work. For my personal life work. And I'm regretting everything I did and everything that has to do with, the backyard wrestling and stuff. Yes. The Triple W was not trained. We should not have done all that stuff. We had our egos full and we wanted to do what everybody else could do.
Were you one of the people, though, that was encouraging that? Were you one of the people that was sort of goading and getting these guys riled up to do things that they should not have been doing? Were you one of the instigators?
No. So here's the thing. Everyone sees everyone that's doing their wrestling. They want to do all this stuff. I was literally saying, well, I think we should train more before we do all this stuff. But a lot of people just having all their egos up.
Why did you go from Massachusetts to Wisconsin, leaving a young?
Because here's the thing. So without wrestling, I want to visit some people and actually meet them in real person and hang out with them and all that stuff. And to be honest, I shouldn't have left because I missed a whole week with my daughter and with my wife and my family, and I missed a whole shit ton of shit.
You let your wife and daughter down, right?
Yeah.
You let
all for my arm being hurt.
And now you're gonna let me speak. You the people here down because you took these guys' days and you took them out of their time. Omen Black has got a lot of, he talked about his personal issues. Mac 10's a busy guy. Jake Matthews he's getting ready for Riot in the Ring. He doesn't want to be here right now. Craven Rage is the backyard nightmare. He's the ruler of the yard. He wants to go make more nightmares for Sean Jovie. Sean Jovie, wants to say yeah and do more popcasts. You took people's time away along with Silverwolf. You took them away from their lives. And for this BS of a company that honestly should probably don't exist right now. Should probably just be focusing on maybe Pokemon games, maybe water balloon fights, Super Soaker games, wanking off in whoever's basement, and going into who's got the bigger load. I don't know, whatever it might be. But the point is, this event shouldn't have went down. I mean, people are here tonight not because they want to praise Triple W, but because they're making a mockery of this. They're not here because they want to know Triple W and follow it. This is not the reason why they're here.
Well, I'm here for one reason right now. It's to publicly apologize to Jake Matthews, Mac 10, Craven Rage, Owen Black, and Sean Jovie, and to you, Tom Bryce.
You don't have to apologize to me, but apologize to these men.
I would like to apologize to everyone that busts their ass, does bleeding sweat and tears into this company and to Backyard Wrestling. And it shouldn't have went down. And I deeply apologize for that. And now I'm suffering the consequences, as everyone sees. I'm suffering the consequences because of my dumbass decisions.
But you've already had history before. You faced cancer to get out of the match. You were in a company that actually took your match down. So you've had a track record before. You've also said that you were involved in an independent wrestling promotion that, according to authorities, that they say doesn't exist. And this is not for me. I'm a friend of yours. I support you, Loose Cannon. I like you, but this is what I've heard. I have heard from other people that basically you're considered to be a scam artist and you've already scammed the IMF. I mean, so why would people believe this apology versus last time?
Hold on, Cannon. I'm going to stop you here. Because I can tell just from the words you were telling Tom at the beginning of this, and the last time that I talked to you, that you're sitting here saying that you weren't the instigator. I can tell you from experience, you had a big part of the instigator, because the last time you were on here with all of us, you were trying to get people to come in and completely come in for $1,000, $500, this and that. You don't know anything about anybody. You're offering that kind of money. Then you're turning around saying, hey, if I'll give you this, you go after Silverwolf.
I just want to know how you're not in jail, Joe. How are you not in jail?
It seems like you've got a vendetta against the other guys because they're showing a little bit more of what they want to do, but they need to go and get trained. But you're sitting here saying, hey, you guys need to do this. You need to do that. I can tell you from a promoter's aspect, that's a bunch of bullshit that you just fed everybody.
Well, I think one promoter here is basically wanting to state their opinion, which sounds like it could possibly be factual. And she would like to say these guys have always wanted to be bigger than their skills allow. Well, we saw that with Joe Bidelau in the IMF. No one can sit here and blame one person for doing dangerous things. The Triple W people who've come up here have always been risky. Yeah, I mean, listen, they shot their shot and said that they were being discriminated in from Anthony Steele, and he doesn't know them. And, all these people talked about all these things about him. But you know what? People can say what they want about Anthony Steele, but, give the devil his due. He was right. He basically called the entire thing that's happened. And these guys, yes, you know what? I would rather see your dog actually in the ring than some of these guys. I'll tell you that much. But, the facts are, and I don't mean to kill these guys personally, Joe Bidelau and, Drake Silverwolf and whoever else is in this company at this point. But the point is that, this is really embarrassing. Yes, and I would rather see the dogs wrestle. Maybe they would be better opponents than some other people. I mean,
I'll challenge the dog right now, Jake Matthews. I challenge him right now.
Only in deathmatch, bro. Only in deathmatch.
I can also tell you. Yeah, I can also tell you from experience here that it's not just affecting y'all's show; it's affecting everybody that's on this platform.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I could not agree with you more. Thank you for saying that. Because that's how I feel tonight. I feel the same way.
On the simple aspect, I've spent years upon years of my life trying to, with these old heads that I've trained with, that I've done companies with, I've literally been told when I was coming up training, I got told, don't be doing none of that backyard stuff. That's my free time. That's where I want to train. That's where I want to hone my craft on my own time with guys that I trust. But I was told, oh, if you do the backyard, you're not going to make it anywhere. Oh, look at it this way. Oh, there's Spade. Spade can tell you this. Like, on this whole aspect, me and my guys, we have spent years and years to prove all the old heads wrong. And these past couple of years, we've started to break through to all the old heads. Like, I can tell you this. Resi is one of the top promotions in Memphis.
Absolutely.
To be able to say that, we have dropped other promotions. They're not even working in Memphis anymore because they see the impact that Resi is having of guys that we've trained, that they told us that we wouldn't get anywhere. Now they're scared of us. Now they're running. I can tell you this.
What it is about, but then that's what Jack hit the nail on the head. It was people were here for jokes, but sadly, this is all true. You know, this is almost like this is sad. That we're all wrestling matters, but Triple W is making a mockery of that. Triple W, and I don't know what other promotions it is. WFEW, WNEW, and I don't know, whatever names are out there, and whatever the name doesn't even make a difference. Mickey Mouse, ABCD, I mean ABC, 1, 2, 3, not a wrestling promotion you guys should be anytime soon. But the point is,
song.
Well, I can guarantee you all these guys that are in this chat right now, and plus Spade will agree with me on this. If we feel like the match is not going the way it is and it's going unsafe, we will cut the match right then and there. We don't care. Yeah. It's all about the safety aspect. We do not care.
Oh yeah, we've had a couple matches get stopped.
It's like I can tell you this, Jacoby, I love him to death, but when Thorne wanted to start running his show alongside Resi, I was in the ring with Jacoby. Jacoby got heated.
Yep.
And I turned around and I cut it right then and there because he botched a move so bad that it hurt me.
Yep, they talked about it. Jacoby mentioned it on the show Sunday. Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Jovi was there at the Rumble. I eliminated a guy named Russ Bus.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, don't mention this name on this platform. I know
he wanted to shoot on me after I eliminated him. So I just gave him a taste of his own medicine.
That was the guy that was in, I think, the prior show that wouldn't take a move. Or also, I remember watching it. He was a manager, right? If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
People. The games that people play. C2K
we have pool matches. We have pool matches off our card.
There, Tom. C2K.
Safety is key. Stupid, pointless spots like that. You see, that's my point. That's exactly what to me tonight is about. Should Tyler Ark join the show? Do you want Tyler Ark? Do you want? I don't know what would be the point of Tyler Ark. I sent him the link. I don't know what's the point.
At this point, let's see what Stupid has to say.
Yeah.
I sent him the link. So go on your personal page, Austin Tyler.
Actually, I want to hear how the fuck he fucks up a license plate. Like,
I call Tyler Ark to the stand.
Oh God.
Oh no, it's a judge, jury, and executioner moment there, Sean Jovi.
I mean, it kind of has been this whole night.
But it shouldn't be that way. It's only because Silverwolf said, I got to come on the show. I got this announcement. What is your dog's name? I don't care about this anymore. What is your dog's name? You tell me what your dog's names are. Thatcher, you said? Jax. Okay, Jax. How you doing, Jax? Obviously, just like Jack Spades or Jackson Snow, for those that may know him from DBW. And boy, you look like you got more bark than a Silverwolf, Brandon Wolf match. You got probably more.
Hey, Jake, I got a match. We need to set this match up right now. Hold on, I've got to go get their opponent.
Go for it. Because we need more dog listeners right now.
They call me the Michael Vick of the dog wrestling world.
Oh God.
Well, I didn't condone that comment. You can look it up, kids, who that might be.
It's your dad's former favorite football player. Don't worry about it.
Well,
I got their opponent.
Oh, well, you know what? Speaking of other total opposites, speaking of that.
Seems like
Hey,
it's really
Tom.
bro.
Yes, Craven Rage.
After what I've seen, that has not happened between me and Loose Cannon.
Well, I mean, he's basically
Darn.
saying I don't think he's going to be
God
any.
damn it.
I mean,
Damn it. I
Shut.
money riding on that.
No. All the person I need to face is only.
really? You're going to say that after you finally admitting it now after a year?
Listen, Joe has been calling you up for an entire year.
I thought
Still you, though,
Luke
man.
Cannon was the one for a year that was really the one.
No. Everybody knows Omen Black that been calling me out. That's who I got to face.
Hold on, Craven. You got to be back behind me because I've got Omen later on this year, man.
Yeah, Omen's been calling me out for a whole year and a half.
I don't want to wrestle him, and we're Foundation Brothers. Yeah.
Listen, it's fine. Me and my partner Jake Matthews will take both of you on at the same time.
Ooh, so scary.
Listen,
I'm sorry. If I can survive the Beast Bryant Woods, I think I can survive you two, dummies.
That's true.
How dare you?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
If I can survive Joey Knotts, I can survive this. All right.
That's also true. Can't argue that. Oh, there's Mac 10. I think we lost him. There we go. Oop, there we go.
Come on.
Okay, so at this point, I don't know if Tyler Ark's going to come on, but I think we got the point. Mr. Silverwolf, do you have anything else you want to say before this show mercifully ends? Mr. Silverwolf of the Wolfpack Hour.
Anyone home?
Mr. Big Bad Silverwolf.
Huff. Did he blow himself away?
Did the Wisconsin storm
Were you
take
the
him
boy
over
that
the
cried
rainbow?
wolf? Mr. Silverwolf, do you have anything else you want to say? Because I think I've got the point tonight. I've got the point that you should certainly go back to the Fisher-Price training wheels, go back to training, maybe, on the training wheels, stay on them probably for the next 50 years.
Oh, damn, I said it too.
Just maybe then you can come back off the wheels, and then maybe we can see Triple W no longer take triple L's and big fat L's, and maybe don't smoke a big fat J afterwards. But
but those are fine.
Yeah, one step ahead.
Speaking of people that are here, you're going to add something to us. This is Tyler Ark of the Tyler Ark Show. He was the wrestler in question that just decided on the fly to have used a baseball bat and a license plate to attack his opponent, Skulls, whose certainly ring abilities wouldn't be, I would say, described or compared to Will Ospreay or Bryan Danielson anytime soon, with all due respect. But Tyler Ark, you're on the stand here, and what would you like to say for yourself and your actions at this Triple W Backyard Brawl, which Jake Matthews' dog, who, by the way, has won the most championships of any Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer, by the way. He's got the most championships of any Hall of Famer, 49. He would obviously, I'm sure, agree with that. And Tyler Ark, what do you want to say for yourself?
You see, what I did was because I went too rough on him, and I went too extreme on him. I shouldn't hurt him in the first place, and I feel bad what I did to him, and I'm so sorry.
Organizing it, but why would you do something and not even go over it?
I forgot to go over with it.
Forgot? You can't forget. If that guy was in a hospital right now, unconscious, you forgot? They don't give you a I forgot excuse. They're going to lock you up. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to take your dumb ass and eat you up in jail. That's what they're going to do to you, you knucklehead. You forgot. You got any other better excuse? Seriously, you knucklehead. You forgot? You forgot? I forget to push somebody in the middle of the street. That person gets hit by a car. Is that an excuse?
You forgot.
Is that an excuse? You knucklehead.
When it comes to safety is the number one priority. You communicate in that ring. This Sunday, I was in the ring with, I guarantee you, Greenhorns. They came straight to me before the match and said they didn't know much. I had one in the ring with me at one of the bloodiest battles that you can be in. It was supposed to be a gimmick match. It was a gimmick match because it was a shit show. Legitly, they wear shit costumes. I grabbed him. As soon as I grabbed him, I said suplex. As soon as I got him up, he straightened out like he knew he was doing stuff. Communicate in the ring before you even do a move. I can't stress that enough.
And don't forget.
Don't forget what you're doing.
You should remember, Tyler Ark. Don't be near a ring anytime soon. So do me a favor, Tyler Ark. I like you. You're a nice guy. Actually, I don't know if you're a nice guy because you obviously forgot to nearly kill somebody. This is what I want you to do. Here's what you need to remember. Pay attention very closely. I'm talking to you right now. Remember not to be near a ring anytime soon because not only are you a liability to your opponent, you're certainly a liability to yourself. And what I want you to do is, here's what I want you to do. Listen up. Pay attention real closely, right? Take a look. Look at me man to man. Now, pull your face up. Look at me nicely, all right? Pull me up man to man. I'm going to look at you man to man, right? I come from Brooklyn, New York, so I've heard this all the time. All I ever heard of. Let me look at you man to man, right? Man to man. Stay the hell away from a ring. Stay the hell away from any opponent. Go out there and go play on WWE 2K24. Get the hell off my platform anytime you talk about wrestling a match because you have no business ringing in a ring. You clearly have no common sense. You have the brain the size of a pea. I don't even know why you are considering yourself a wrestler. You nearly killed a man who, on top of that, has very little experience. You can't sit here and justify, I forgot. I forgot doesn't work in society. I don't know what your skills are outside of wrestling. I don't know what your job skills are. Frankly, it's not my business, but you've wasted all these guys' times who have busted their ass, put their blood, sweat, and tears in this sport to try to justify to all of us that we're not just backyard underground people. You've basically given us all a black eye. You wasted my time tonight because I have to now sit here and put these guys on here who they don't have to be here. They're here because they heard this because of your actions. I forgot. Seriously, I forgot. I forget to push somebody in the middle of the street. They get hit. Does that work with law and order? Did I forget? If I forget and I shot somebody and the gun went off, right, and the person gets hurt, right, or maybe dies, do I forget? Does that work with the police? Does that work?
There's also a fun question here. Do you know what a rest hold is?
Yes.
Look up.
Do you know what they are used for?
I want him to look up on the screen. I want this individual to look up on the screen. I don't want him on the screen. Look up and turn your face around and don't put the smirk off your face. Listen here, because these guys who are pros or close to it, about experience, are trying to help you, which is why I don't know why anybody would want to help you in ring experience. Look up there. Don't have a plus on your face because you're the reason that we're all here wasting time. I have to waste another time here talking about this. And listen and pay attention very closely because you're a lucky man right now. You're a lucky man that you're not in some Wisconsin penitentiary where, I'm sure you wouldn't have the money to bail yourself out because you don't look like a guy that's got any real, I don't know what's going for you. But listen to Mac 10 and listen and keep your face there. Take the smirk off your face. Wipe it off. Bring yourself there. No, don't give me that attitude. Don't give me attitude. Now I'm talking to you real because you wasted my time. You came on the platform here in the past. You made a mockery of yourself. You made a mockery of WCE. And you're obviously making a mockery of the entire sport right now. So I say this now nicely. Look at Mac 10 when he's talking to you and take the smirk off your face.
A rest hold is used to communicate to your partner. If you're both blown up, take a rest hold. If you can't do a rest hold, get the fuck out the ring. You don't need to be in the ring. Roll the fuck out. Take a rest outside. Gather your fucking thoughts. Talk to a fucking crowd if you've got a crowd out there. If you don't, talk to the other wrestlers that are being your fucking crowd. Rest holds and communication go hand in hand with safety. If you don't have safety there, you're gonna fuck somebody up like you did.
These guys don't have safety skills. These guys know nothing about any of what you just said. None. They know nothing about it. What they know
I
about is
guarantee
coming
you.
on their podcast and talking that they know everything. They're the holier than thou, high and mighty. God of me, as my dad would always say. God of me. He'd say, God Almighty. This is what these guys. They don't know what you just talked
And
about.
I'm also going to tell you this on this aspect. If you go to wrestling training, don't act like you know something because they're going to drill the fuck out of you. If you stepped foot in my ring and you're talking like you know something, I'm going to see if you know it. If you don't know it, you're going to get fucked up. I can tell you from my experience back in the day, training under old heads, I botched one motherfucking move. You know what I had to take? A goddamn stiff-ass clothesline to fucking concrete. It's no fucking joke. They drilled safety into my motherfucking head.
You see, I've seen what Mac 10 does. I've seen what Jake Matthews does. Don't get me wrong, WC guys. You know I love you. Except for you, Craven. You go fuck yourself. But these guys are no joke. You guys try to imitate these guys, you guys will get hurt. And you guys step to a guy like Mac 10 or Jake Matthews or Gabe Sayers or hell, even Obey, Jimmy Conte.
Oh my God! Don't Obey brought a gun onto my platform. Don't even bring his name.
Obey's crazy.
Yeah, Obey's
I'll let you know that right now.
Don't.
You step
and
up to,
Obey
you
is
step
one
up
of
to
my
one of my
best
close
friends.
Joey
Yeah, he's a
Knotts
good
or
man.
Ox
He's a good man,
McCoy.
but he's definitely an interesting guy.
You step up to Joey Knotts or Ox McCoy, two of my closest friends. They will fuck you up with a smile.
How about one of my new friends? You ready for one of my new friends? You know who his name is? Probably heard of him, Masada, right? Heard that name, Masada? One of my new friends.
Legend.
One of my
I love Masada.
He's a new friend of mine, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yep, he's a new friend of mine, Masada. Yep.
Legend.
Yep.
Huge fan of Masada.
He's a huge fan of this platform. The point is that I don't even know why Tyler Ark was here. Get him off the platform. I don't even want to see this guy. This guy should be excommunicated. He should be banished from a wrestling ring. He should go back to WWE. And I hate to kill the guy personally, but the guy nearly killed the guy personally. So at this point, it's really fair game. Fair game.
I was going to say, you know what? I used a baseball bat in a couple of my matches. So is Sting. But there's a difference. They're not swinging it like they're about to hit a fucking high-flying ball.
He said, when you say I forgot.
This fun little toy is always on one of my baseball bats.
I wrap mine in barbed wire thumbtacks. But the point is, like, there's ways to use certain things.
But thank you to my friend Daniel Banner in the UK, who's actually training as we speak for Kingdom of Wrestling. He's training under Sean Only, who's a British wrestling legend. Yeah, he should basically. This guy is not going to train. This guy, he's got the brain of a pea.
It's hopeless.
He's not all there.
Lost cause.
These guys they're knuckleheads, simply put.
They don't listen. They don't listen, Tom. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those guys just don't listen. They don't.
Because they came on and wanted to say that they're this. They all got podcasts. You know, in all due respect, they got podcasts. They copied off my platform. They're going to be Wolfpack Hour. They're going to be Tyler Ark Hour. And then if you say anything about it, you're basically discriminating against them. But then when you hear their shows, they know nothing about
At least my
wrestling.
podcasts are original.
You're Sean Joby. We love you. The point is that these guys want to imitate. And they want to come across. And again, God, I'm not trying to kill these guys, but I'm just talking to them factually. They're intellectually dishonest. They are misrepresenting what they are doing for the sport of wrestling, or even doing this line of work. You know, Skulls Talks, Wolfpack Hour, the Tyler Ark Show, the Zack Attack Show, whatever other shows are out there.
Cheap plug.
Well, your show is different. The point is that what I'm trying to get across at is that these guys, this is not what art is not imitating reality. These guys don't even know art. So clearly,
I think the thing is they're not always down to learn something. Like you said, Tom, they think they know everything.
They know.
I'll say this right now. If I stepped in the ring with Mac 10 or Jake Matthews, just sparring, I would learn something from these guys the first 5 minutes. Same with Nicholas Prince.
When you talked on this platform, you've talked like somebody, hey, I still am learning. Hey, I have to go out there. I need to, there's things I need to do. These guys went out there, yeah, we're going to do death matches. Yeah, we're going to do this backyard brawl. Yeah, we're going to go out there and do this, and that, and throw everything in the kitchen sink out there. God forbid these guys threw a kitchen sink out there. We would probably be planning a funeral right now. But the point is that these guys went out there and would know-it-alls, but when they don't even know a tenth of what they said, or even 1/10 of a tenth. 1/10 of a tenth, these guys didn't know. These guys don't know 1/10 of a tenth of a tenth. These guys wouldn't even be good at Steiner math. These guys would be good at, I don't even know what the math would be at. What's their math? Skulls math?
Oh, God.
I don't know. I just know that these guys just don't listen. They don't.
Sorry, I got talking, but you always got to be down to learn something. Like me, I personally can't wait till I step in the ring with Dave Sayers because he has such a great mind for the
He's
sport.
learning from Mario Mancini and Paul Roma right now. Guys that only have
Dave Sayers.
years in WWF.
Much love, brother.
Steiner math. Sorry, it's funny.
I can't wait to step in the ring with Mac 10, or because I know me and him. He'll learn something from me a little bit. I'll learn a lot from him with all of his experience.
I don't mean for. Listen, if you want to watch Triple, I'm not even going to plug it, but all you have to do is put in a search Triple W Wrestling, and you'll find out what these guys were doing. You'll find out what it was. These guys said everybody, no, we're lying. I'm telling you, they would tell me with a straight face, no, we know what we're doing. I remember on the phone, I'm telling you, we got these plans, we got all this stuff out there. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Everybody's wrong. It's discrimination. It's mental health, and this and that. No, but then when they put out the product, and then what he told me opening up the show tonight. I mean, we couldn't have a conversation about wrestling. He was going to come on. He started this show talking about the Hardcore Championship, and he's the grandson. No, when you talk about a baseball bat and a license plate being, you didn't go over it. No, there's no talking about wrestling. That means to be, to use the word they used to use, shut it down. At this point, Triple W, shut it down. I wouldn't even recommend buying Triple W. If somebody owns it out there, you can keep it, keep the change, and you can keep the library, you can keep the roster, keep all of it and some. Because obviously this should be a product that would be the old adage of kids, don't try this at home. Do not. I repeat, Triple W. Remember like the old commercials, this was your brain on drugs? Well, this would be your brain on drugs when you be a wrestler. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't need to kill. I like these guys personally. I don't want to turn this. Well, these guys, he said this. No, it's a matter of public. It's public information. It's public knowledge.
I'm gonna turn tides here. Craven, Rage, man, I need you to face my buddy King Rage. That would be a hell of a fucking match.
Oh boy, King Rage. I know King Rage.
And I'm also going to actually chime in here too.
Go for it, because Silverwolf he's off the show. He said he's not coming back. We're going to get ready to end the show soon. That's it.
Okay. Omen
like for good, or?
He's not coming on. He's done. He has to go. That's it.
Oh, okay.
No point. He's over.
Try calling me.
Forget him. Go ahead. Nicholas Crenson, go ahead.
Omen said best, you can always learn more in wrestling. I learn every time I step into the ring with anybody that I'm working with, especially the ones that I know that I have that skill, like Omen, like Craven, like Jovi. This run I'm on has been the best of my career because I'm with some of the best workers in the ring. You never stop learning, and you will never know everything. To quote one of my favorite shows, Doctor Who, only idiots know everything.
See, I can also tell you this on this aspect. Sunday, Brian White, the Deathmatch Juggalo, one of my closest friends.
Yes, I know him very well.
He came up to me. He goes, "Man, you must have been networking really hard today." I was like, "No, I've been sitting in my chair watching the show." He's like, "Dude, there's been people here networking for you to get you on Carnage Cup for next year, to get you at this spot and get you at that spot." I was like, "Really?" I can tell you this. I've been doing this shit for almost 14, 15 years now. I stepped away for 6 years. When my boys decided, oh, hey, let's give this another shot to run a company to see where we can get this time. We're like, okay, cool. Let's do it. We did it. Me and my boys, we did not step into the ring. We did not film anything for at least 6 months until we got all that ring rust off of us. Even our first show, if you go back and look at Resi, we're on a trampoline, and you could see all that ring rust we still have.
Yeah. That rust doesn't go away overnight
want all
either.
these guys from Triple W to know that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay that you're green, but make it known that you're green. Don't try to be a facade of a pro when you'll get fucked up.
Yeah. You guys ever hear about that story with Nick Gage or whatever and that kid in Indiana?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, it's the same thing. Yeah, you pretend you're trained and you go against a pro and they find out, oh, they're going to ruin your day.
Yep. We will ruin you in the ring.
Look at the most famous case, mass transit.
I was going to go right there and say the same thing, mass transit.
I'm going to throw this one out here. One of the shows that I did over at the High Tone in Memphis, it was a death match, it was a no ring death match show. And Madman Pondo was there, Killdozer was there, AJ Gray was there. Me and my buddy Kato, we were the first match of the night. There was only 3 matches in this whole show because there was bands in between each match. Me and Kato made Madman Pondo turn up. I've never seen Madman Pondo go as hard as he has in a long time. And he came up after his match to me. He goes, dude, what you and Kato did, I had to turn around and try to top that. I was like, dude, you topped it, brother.
The thing is, I'm very blessed that we have pros that want to come to IMF or who are helping IMF, like the legendary Levi McDaniels.
Oh, my! And how about you? Yep, I was going to say about that.
I couldn't appreciate him enough. I couldn't appreciate him enough for what he has done for IMF and for myself. He has put so much belief in me that he's having me face guys in his own company, the guys he's bringing in from Germany. He's putting our matches in their company in Germany. So my matches are being played right now on German public access TV because of him, because he sees something in us, because he helped us get to where we are now.
Are you learning German now?
I'm Jewish, so no.
I was why I knew that. That's why I knew you. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to? I think we got the point. Jake Matthews had to drop. Thank you, Jake, for tuning in and coming on. I wish he didn't have to. But anything else anybody wants to say? Because I think I got the point. I think the audience got the point tonight that these guys.
Tune in tomorrow for a big announcement, baby.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully you won't have some of the same issues that these guys had. I'm hoping not, right? Because I know I trust Sean Jovi.
Tom, you already know what it is, my man.
Well, my audience and the people out here don't. So I'm trusting that it's not anything that Silverwolf just told us about 2 guys with a baseball bat and a license plate. So
you see, Tom, as far as Silverwolf goes, this is bigger than Silverwolf. This is bigger than WC Triple W. This is bigger than anything out there. This is a big announcement.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm looking forward to it.
And don't even get me started on the Craven Rage guy. I fucking hate him.
It's bigger than it's especially bigger than Craven Rage.
I hope it's bigger than Craven Rage.
I got a decent
retirement. Oh,
I got a decent breaking
It's good.
news
It's good.
for
You know,
here.
I don't see a full moon like an omen. You know, I don't see a Humpty Dumpty. I'm not. You know.
What do you got for me, Mac 10?
You're looking at your own fucking.
Resi's coming back to the church where we started with our indie shows on the 25th of this month.
Oh, that's Memorial Day weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Get some hot dogs and hamburgers and some Resi and. Oh, I can't wait for that.
And not just that, I also found out that a little while ago there's going to be a big match for the hardcore title. And I can't really disclose any more on that hardcore title match.
Well, you know what? I think I have Mr. LaFlame coming up this weekend, so maybe I could ask Mr. LaFlame. I'm sure by that time, maybe he'll know a thing or two about that, aside from his own match with Jacoby.
Yep.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll let Mr. LaFlame handle that. And anything else you want to say, Mr. Crenton, before we sign off? Because I'm actually going back on the air in a little while, so that'll be a better conversation.
Yeah, well, pretty much in wrestling, safety is first. Both the safety of yourself and safety of your opponent. You are trusting each other in the ring. It's why, like, there's only so many people that I will trust to give me moves like a pile driver, a package pile driver, because I work with them so much and we work each other, that we know each other enough that we are safe with each other, that I can trust this person to drop me with a pile driver or something, and I'll be fine.
Fuck,
But
I
you
gave
gotta learn the
you a
safe.
muscle buster, and you just trusted me with it.
Yeah, and yeah.
And I could have gave you a Samoan Joe one. Right?
I was actually kind of hoping you would have.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't want to hurt my opponent. Like, I'm breaking cave just saying this. I didn't want to hurt you.
Right, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
Like,
I wanted you to make it home like I wanted to make it home that night.
right. Yeah. And pretty much, usually a lot of times, I'm kind of like Adam Copeland with this. Usually the dumb stuff you see me take is my idea.
Hey, yo, what it do, boy?
Hold on, it's dark.
Is that James Taylor? Is that James Taylor?
No. Hell no, it ain't James Taylor. It's the real deal, Anthony fucking Steele, boy.
Are you the big bad? Wait. Are you the big bad Silverwolf just now? Wait, are you Silverwolf? You look like Silverwolf, right? Are you big bad
Hell no.
Silverwolf?
Hell no. I got more talent in my left pinky than he fucking does in his
You
entire
sure you're
body.
not loose cannon? I mean, you got a little bit more hair on the top of the head. You sure you're not loose cannon?
I'm definitely not loose cannon. All right.
I will say
But I see we got the boogeyman of the Midwest, Almond Black up in the house.
I see we got the Rage in the Cage again.
I see we have the resident rock star, Sean Jovi, your boy. You got Craven Rage. And then Nicholas Crimson. What's good, my boy?
How you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, before we go, I do have to point out something really funny and ironic for me, is that since I've came back, I've run into two wrestlers that have nicknames that remind me of wrestlers from back when I started in 2004. One is Damian Saint. His nickname is the Heretic. We actually had a backyard wrestler back in the day.
Do not mention that fucking name.
And then the second one is Mr. Steele here. When I first started, there was actually a wrestler who looked like a card cross with Brock Lesnar, and this is bigger than our. So it's kind of nice to see that those nicknames kind of.
Now I wish I would have gave you a Samoan Joe.
I'm surprised nobody said that Anthony Steele is he related to the late great frontman of the band Typo Negative from my neck of the woods, Peter Steele. I told him that the first time I met him, but I guess that kind of flew over everybody's head. But that's a different conversation.
No, I got it.
No, you want to stay? I think we're going to hit the show and hit the end of the road for the show. I've had enough. Well, okay, you know what? Anthony, anything you want to share before we go? Because I think it's time to end the show tonight.
Everybody keep doing what you're doing. Stay smooth. I'm sorry I can't make it to Rage in the Cage this year again due to fucking car problems. But hey, look, dude. I've put $200 in a car that still ain't fucking fixed, and I'm about to have to put probably about another $500 into it, maybe more.
So buy another car.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, it's my girl's car, so I mean,
just send the bill, send the check, send the bill over to Loose Cannon. He's got the money.
Yeah, he's got thousands of dollars.
He's got $1,000, I hear. Apparently, he's asking. He's got $1,000. Go send it to Joe Bidelau. He's got the money.
I don't think you get that back. You know,
Anthony, it's 2 for 2 in years that you're not getting matching with him. Bidelau, that's all.
But yeah, like
I mean,
I think we've heard enough. Thank you, everybody. If you're out there, kids, don't try this at home. If you're Loose Cannon and the Big Bad Silverwolf and Tyler Ark and Skulls and Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Looney Tunes, and we were joined here by Omen Black, Jake Matthews, Craven Rage, Nicholas Crenson, the nonchalant Nicholas Crenson, Sean Jovi, Tyler Ark, who was nonchalant about how he forgot about nearly killing a man, Skulls, who was the soul hunter, but should really be reflecting on his soul about what he should be doing in a ring. Big Bad Silverwolf, who certainly is the boy who cried wolf, I suppose. We were joined by Loose Cannon, who works for the Red Sox for how much longer after what I heard? I have no idea. I hope it's for a long time, though. And also Mac 10, of course, and Anthony Steele made a cameo. James Taylor made a cameo, and my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice of all wrestling. I really hope all wrestling matters after what we heard tonight. And I'll be here in about 35 or 40 minutes with Scary Terry of legendary backyard wrestling. At least the good news
I love
is,
that episode.
well, how many people are going to tune in?
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Well, it'll basically be 38 less people than what we have right now watching. But I digress. We love CJ Johnson, his company. At least they're smart enough to know their limits in the ring. That's why they're coming on in a little while. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the number one Global Radio Station. Stay tuned for myself and Sean Jovi tomorrow, 8:45 p.m., 7:45 p.m. That is going to be a real announcement. And by the way, Justin Parsley had a cameo and never spoke. I guess that's one for the ages. He came on.
Finally.
He came on and never spoke. What was he trying to pull? A Conan and Max Moon in 1992 in one of the old Superstar shows? But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Kids, don't try this at home. If you're Triple W, take the big fat L and go away.
And if you're not